In today's episode, I am going to be talking about Yearn finance, and we're going to be looking at the charts and everything that you guys definitely need to know. Of course, this is not financial advice. Whatever you do, please do your own due diligence. I am not your financial advisor, and any moment the markets might end up crashing. Before we get into Yearn finance and how lucrative it could be or it will be in the next coming few hours, first of all, let's talk about the general markets. Today we are at 11,346 in terms of BTC, and Ethereum 366 US dollars, and the rest is probably boring for a lot of you guys. Chainlink $10.53. Our usual suspects. What's Zilliqa doing? Zilliqa is at that particular price. We are still far away from 2 cents, but we are slightly dropping. Let's take a look at Avax. And Avax is around $4.10. That's a slight improvement. Uniswap is also one of our favorites. Uniswap is $3.03, and today it had like a slight pump, but it just ended up correcting, like in the past few hours. Anyhow, overall the markets are slightly improving. That's probably because today is a Saturday, tomorrow is a Sunday, and the stock markets are going to be opening on Monday. They did end on a slight bearish note. However, I really hope that we're going to have like that bullish sentiment next week with regards to the stock market. But the dollar is looking very, very strong right now, so it's very hard to decide what the markets are going to be doing, because on one hand we are having bullish S&P signs, and on the other hand the dollar is also coming in pretty strong, so it's very hard to tell what's really going to be happening. But we only have about 24 to 48 hours, so I really think we can get away with one of those quick trades. So one of the coins that I'm probably trading is Yearn finance, right? And if we take a look at what has been happening with Yearn finance, it has been destroyed like crazy. First of all, we have to look at the market capitalization of Yearn finance, right? So Yearn finance is only 414 million US dollars, and we are obviously this is obviously like a decentralized finance type of cryptocurrency, and the circulating supply is about 30,000. This is one of the reasons why the price is pretty damn expensive, but please do not get carried away by the price. Look at the market capitalization. So obviously, to the people who are into DeFi, obviously this is like one of those good or better coins to invest in. However, we are traders, so if we take a look at what has been happening on the daily time frame, right, we obviously had like a very good head and shoulders where we had that particular situation happening, and then we had that particular dump right over there, and then we had a slight pump, and now we are back at the support right over here. So if we take a look at this particular area, right, we obviously experienced some slight resistance a while back, like around this area. So this is one of the reasons why we are most likely finding support here. Now, let's say this particular trade does very well, right? Let's say this support becomes the bounce, and then we end up going to the upside. This could be like a very good longing opportunity, provided this particular support gets to hold this particular area. Otherwise, if we end up cracking this particular support, right, then basically the downside is pretty endless. Right now, if you take a look at the VPVR, right, we barely have like any support, so it can be free fall from this particular point. So whenever we are going to be able to like lose this particular support right over here around $12,144 then it's going to be pretty crazy. So I'm obviously utilizing stop losses, and my stop loss is pretty close, to be honest. So yeah, I did long, and for this one, remember last time that I spoke with you guys, right? You can obviously check out the link here. We experienced this amazing pump. The last time that I made a video about YFI and the trade that I was going to go through, right, we obviously experienced this amazing pump, and then we found quite a lot of resistance here. We came for a double top. If we switch over to the 1 hour, right, we obviously came up with a double top right over here, so it was a very clear shorting opportunity. Moreover, this was a very good target because this is where we previously had this type of resistance right over here. So let me switch over back to the 1 hour. Do you see this particular area, right? This is where we fell off of the cliff. So I knew that this was going to be like a very good shorting area, like once we had that particular pump, okay? Because this is where we fell off of the cliff, and this is where we broke the support, and then we ended up crashing. Then we found that bounce and then came back. So it was obviously natural for us to find this type of resistance, especially around this area, like any place between the area where we fell off of the cliff from and the area where we topped out here. That was like a very good shorting area. So I did end up shorting right around this area, but unfortunately I didn't really keep that short for like a very long time. I just you know, closed the short pretty early, and then look at these you know, movements right over here. We ended up doing very well. So I ended up losing, I ended up missing a lot of you know, profit, because the price just kept on dumping, and I really closed my short pretty early. But the good thing is, at least I wasn't really that greedy, because I was able to benefit off of the long. I did you know, like bang like an 8 to about 9%, and then I also shorted, and I ended up making I ended up making yeah, around 5%. So 8 plus 5%, so altogether I ended up making around 14%. So right now I'm actually in the long, and I got in right around this area, you know, around 13,475, and right now we are going up. So that's very good, and I really believe that this thing is going to continue pumping now, and provided the markets just don't do anything crazy. Okay, so if the markets are not going to be crazy, if Bitcoin doesn't end up crashing, right, we have a potential of really getting to sort of come back to retest this area eventually, you know, like in the, I don't know, next week or something. So if you take a look at this, right, the current price to the target right over here on the daily, that's a pretty solid amount of profit right there. That's like a 30% price movement, which is very good. So if we switch over to the 4 hourly, right, obviously this area where we previously got rejected is going to be very difficult to surpass, because now the more we go up high, right, and moreover, if you take a look at this, right, the VPVR, right, we have like a lot of resistance here from around 14,130 all the way up. Like if we end up crashing this particular resistance, according to the VPR, right, around 14,119, best believe we're going to be able to like push up to this particular area, and then we're going to be stopped around this particular area, because, you know, we don't really have that much resistance from this area of resistance all the way to the top. So we might end up, you know, going to retest that particular area. And if the bullish momentum is going to continue as far as YFI is concerned, right, then we are potentially going to do that, get rejected, come back to the bottom, and due to the fact that this is where we previously sort of had this resistance, right, it's most likely going to end up turning into support, and then we might be able to like do that, pump up, get rejected, then sort of consolidate around this area, then continue going up, provided the bullish momentum continues. Remember, YFI has been beaten on the weekly, so it really does make a lot of sense in order for us to sort of start making our way up and just start reclaiming our previous glory, provided the markets do not crash. So this is an if type of scenario, but when it comes to trading, right, it's all about probabilities and just basically going for the odds that might make you a lot of money. Okay, however, we face a very huge risk in terms of us getting to long around this area, okay, and then the price or the traditional markets end up correcting, then we are obviously going to end up losing, provided we do not use a stop loss. So what I have done is I have a stop loss in place. My entry was pretty low around hold on, let me switch over to the 1 hour. Let me do that. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, so my entry was around 13,400, right? Okay, so my stop loss is right around 13,120, somewhere there. Okay, because I don't really want to like end up losing money in case my trade doesn't go right. So I have like a very tight stop loss. So this particular area is my stop loss because I don't really want to risk as sort of risk losing this particular support and just ending up dropping and just falling off of a cliff, because to be honest, we don't really have like much trading action if we take a look at this particular area, because according to the VPVR, we just going to like dump like crazy in case we end up losing this amount of support right there. So I don't really want to risk that. So just because I entered here, I feel like just having like a few $100 as my stop loss is something which I can deal with in case I'm wrong. But in case I'm right, then I have a very good upside potential, especially if we take a look at the the daily time frame, which could be very, very lucrative. So let's say, for example, the stock markets end up opening very, very bullish on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? Then that really means Bitcoin and altcoins are going to end up doing very well, and that really gives us like a very good chance in order for us to like make quite a lot of money on YFI, because we are buying like basically the support here, which happens to be the bottom, and that could be very, very lucrative. Okay, so in case we are wrong, in case I am wrong, right, I have a stop loss in case. So I'm just going to be able to like lose a few bucks here and there, but so far it seems like my trade is going on, it's doing very well. And one thing that I have to remind you is that YFI is very, very volatile, because YFI has got like a very low circulating supply, so you might see pumps and dumps like crazy. I mean, if we take a look at the 30 or the 15-minute chart, right, it's been extremely volatile. Look at this, it first of all dumped, and then it pumped super crazy, and then it dumped again. So like everybody who was longing and shorting were taken out of their positions because their stop losses were probably triggered. So this is one of the reasons why I decided to like put my stop loss around 13,100 and something. Okay, so yeah, that was just my little trading update, because I did talk about YFI last time, and since I spoke about YFI, right, a lot of things happened. Like we had that crazy pump, and then we dumped, and then we've just been correcting towards the downside. So I just thought of like giving you an update and just telling you what my thoughts are, because I am a short-term trader. So anyhow, that's all I have for you. Remember, this is not really a buy recommendation to anybody, this is not really a sell recommendation for anybody, and whatever you do, please do your own due diligence. I have a tendency of always being wrong, so yeah, so never ever follow the trades that I'm doing, because I usually get things wrong. Okay, so just use this as educational material. If you're going to be paper trading, just take a look at this, and then let's see how it's going to play out in the next coming few days or even weeks. So yeah, that's just all I wanted to say. It's been your boy Muna, aka Beyond 10x. I hope you guys have been having like a very great day. I hope you guys have been staying safe and just practicing healthy living and just that good stuff, because you need to have like the right mentality. You need to make sure that your health is on point, and just take care of yourself, because that's what we have to do. Because in order for you to like have like a lot of wealth, I'm sure a lot of you who are into cryptocurrencies really are ambitious people. You really want to end up making a lot of money, right? You have like big dreams of like probably having a vacation on a yacht, going to the Bahamas, just living that good life. In order for you to live a good life, right, you need to make sure that your health, your mental wellness is on point. So just always be out there and just do the right thing. Do not over stress, and just be good. Basically, just keep all the hopes up, and everything is going to be all right. So it's been your boy Muna, aka Beyond 10x. Talk to you a little bit later.